Unity, ticker U, is down nearly 9% today. What are the key levels we want to pay attention to, and what are the catalysts that are sending it on this downward spiral? So firstly, the catalyst down to their fee policy. You probably saw about this, whether you're in kind of the developing, trading, gaming niche, anything like this. It was actually quite a big issue. And again, it was just to do with the fees they were going to change and kind of charge their developers and the game makers, which was actually going to make quite a massive change and create quite a lot more fees, which again can sometimes, I guess, be good for the company, but you had a lot of backlash, which again is going to lead to the boycotting, which is never going to be great for the company's image. But also, you actually saw quite a few games even pull their titles just because of this issue. So firstly, that's catalyst. What are the key levels we're paying attention to? So the first one I think we should note is this 3360. This is the 6-month first deviation, and didn't kind of work as a support, even though it was the first time testing it recently. But again, if it fails on the first move, we look to trade the second move, which is testing it as a resistance, and then trade the move. So worked, the support failed, resistance ended up working. So again, as long as you're getting the right risk to rewards, they use, that still works, doesn't really matter. Anyway, that's from the day trading perspective. What are going to be the further out levels as well, and also swing bias levels. So if we continue to the downside, 32.25 first deviation, but on the 1 year, strong support. If we come down to here, could definitely see a move to here today, considering we're selling off of this level. We're going to retest that low. You might see a bit of buying pressure, and then if we kind of crack through, 32.25 is what we're paying attention to. Now, if we did end up going any further, then we do have further supports at $27.80 and $27, which is really actually more of the range that I'm looking to trade, because obviously we've had this massive move recently, which we kind of show you on this chart. A really strong move, which was actually quite nice to trade. We got quite a few short bias opportunities on this move. I think 2 out of 3 trades worked, so that was quite nice. And now we're selling off to the downside. If we can kind of capture the lows of the year, I think that could be quite a nice long, even if there's not a full-on bounce, because I don't know if we'll see a move back to kind of those $40-$50 levels. But trading definitely a few points off these lows is kind of how I'm looking to trade it. But anyway, we covered the supports of, again, $27. We got the 32s, which is what we covered before. Now to cover the resistances. So again, if we're getting long, whether that's at this kind of $33 level or all the way down at the 27, my absolute final target would be this range here, which is 37.50 to around 39.50, because this is considered fair value on the stock. So at least from how I trade as a reversal trader, we look to buy these lows and trade back to their statistical mean, back to their fair value, which again in this case is 37.50 to 39.50. And the reason for that is this move is quite predictable. Once we come into this range, the move after here is not so predictable, and so that's why I don't like trading once we come into that area. Now if we go higher, resistances, and this is more where I turn short buy, so where I start looking to short the shares of Unity, would be at $43 at 45.20. Again, these are first deviations between the 6-month and 1 year, but on the overbought area. So again, above fair value, overbought, and if we're below fair value, these are oversold areas, so areas we normally look more to buy.